Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Tharsis. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 15 bucks. So, this is probably one of the most rage-inducing and frustrating games that you'll ever play, but it's still fun from time to time. So, we're here to talk about it. What is Tharsis? Well, the situation is this. A spaceship has launched from Earth and is on its way to Mars. Bad things have happened, and it's up to you to keep the remaining crew members alive long enough to reach Mars. That's the gist of it. Now, at its heart, this game is a dice-rolling game and very RNG heavy. Some of you may not like that, and I completely understand. So, when you start a new game, you'll either choose one of the predetermined scenarios. There's like 10 of them, and it'll tell you how everything is going to play out and how the game is going to be set up. Or you can just create a game, choose a difficulty, easy, medium, or hard, then choose what 4 crew members you want to bring with you or which ones you want to have scripted to survive. Each crew member has different abilities. For example, the captain has an ability that allows all of your crew members within the same module as him to regain a die if you activate his special ability. The specialist allows an extra reroll, and the mechanic will repair one hull, and so on. So each crew member has a different ability to where if you're lucky enough to get a good dice roll and then activate it, then it'll affect something, in a special way. Okay? So once you've got your crew members picked out, and yes, you can unlock more crew members as you play the game, but once you've got them selected, you'll start the game. And games are played over a series of rounds, or weeks in this case. At the beginning of every round or week, the ship will tell you, or the game will tell you what parts of the ship are damaged. New damage will pop up across the ship. So this module of the ship, or this room on the ship, might be damaged, and then this room over here might be damaged. Damage, in order to be fixed, you have to bring a crew member there, and then you get to roll the dice in your dice pool for that crew member. And if you assign enough dice value to that damage, then it'll be fixed, and then it'll negate whatever bad effect the damage had in store for you. Some damages will say 2 damage to the ship's hull if you do not repair this by the end of the round. Or this one over here might say -1 health to all crew members on the ship if you do not repair this by the end of the round. And to make it worse, some of the damage will have modifiers so that it'll have like it'll have like an orange 1 on it. So every time you bring a crew member there and roll dice to try and fix it, if you roll an orange 1, orange is injury. So if you roll a 1, your crew member gets injured and you lose a health. And if your crew member runs out of health, then they are gone permanently. They also have something called stress, and if they gain too much stress, they also die. So yeah, there's also other modifiers that you'll run into, like stasis. So if you see like a blue 2 on a damage section, and you roll a 2, stasis, blue means stasis, which means that if you roll a 2, then that 2 is locked in permanently, and you cannot re-roll it. By default, when you bring a crew member there and roll dice, you get 2 free re-rolls like in Yahtzee. The specialist gets 3 per the +1 reroll that I was talking about earlier. So you can reroll low values, but the stasis will lock those certain values in depending on what it says. So if there's a blue 1 on that module that you're trying to repair, and you roll a 1, it's locked into 1 and you're screwed, right? Now there is something called assists, where you can gain assists by going to a module and getting more, but assists will negate those kind of effects. So if you have 1 assist left and you roll a 3 and there's an orange 3 on it, that means you would take damage typically, but the assist will kick in and automatically negate that. So you can negate bad effects via these assists. You only have so many though, but you can get more. So that's the round. Like, you're trying to assign your remaining crew members to damaged portions of your ship in order to repair them so that at the end of the round, these bad effects do not kick in. Now, you do not have to bring a crew member to damaged sections. You can bring them to any part of your ship and do something special. For example, the greenhouse module, just by itself, will let you harvest food. At the end of the round, and I'm getting ahead of myself, you can spend food to regain dice in your dice pool. Every round, every crew member loses a die, so you need to replenish dice for your crew members, and the greenhouse is the way to do that. The laboratory lets you regain assists, so that if you roll badly, it's not so bad. The medical bay. If you're lucky enough to roll a 5 or higher and assign a 5 or higher to that health recovery slot, then your crew member is fully healed. The hull repair. If you assign dice to the hull repair in the maintenance section, it'll repair your ship's hull. Then, you can do that. You can do that. So rather than repair parts of the ship, or if, let's say you do repair all of the ship, or repair all parts of the ship that round, and you've got crew members left over, you can have them do various things to improve your characters in different ways or to repair the ship. One of the ways to lose is to have your ship's hull go to 0, or if you lose all your crew members. So you might have to bring 1 or 2 crew members to the maintenance section, repair the ship, or to get more assists so that you can negate those bad rolls, or go to the greenhouse so that you can start getting more dice at the end of the round. So once your crew members are all done and you've rolled all their dice, you move on to the resolution phase, where if there are any bad events that have not been resolved, any damage that has not been fixed, then they will take effect at that point. Then you move on to this choice where you'll be given 2 choices typically, and they'll say, it's usually there's a bad effect and a good effect and a bad effect. One might say all crew members gain a die, but each crew member loses or gains 40 stress or something like that. Or these 2 crew members get 1 die, but they also lose 20 sanity or gain 20 stress, whatever. Or they lose 2 health or something like that. So you have a choice to make between, there's like a choose your own adventure choice kind of thing. Once you choose that, you'll then be offered to feed your crew members if you have any food. Every food that you feed your crew members increases their die pool by 3. So, and like I said, they lose a die every round. So they might start with 2 at the beginning of the game. So feeding them will give them 5, if they start with 2 and they've used 1 that round, they'll have 1 left for the next round. Feeding them food will bring them back up to 4. Okay, so it's very important to keep your people fed so that you can increase their dice pool, which in turn allows them to fix some of the damage. And that's important because some of the damage that you'll run into might have a required value of 35. And with a maximum dice pool of 5, and the dice go 1 through 6, so 5 dice times a total of 6. If you rolled all 6, that's still only 30. So, you'll have to use sometimes multiple crew members to repair something. So let's say a module is 35 damage. You bring a crew member over to it, you roll dice, you partially fix it, you bring it from 35 to 20, and now you hope that any other crew members you assign to that, you can knock it from 20 to 0 in the next attempt. So you can do that. There's also a research section to this, where any dice that you don't or can't spend fixing something, or if you don't roll high enough to activate the ability of the room or the crew member, you can assign to the research section, which is down on the bottom of the screen. And they're valued 1 through 6. So you can assign the 1 to this slot, the 2 to this slot, the 3 to this slot, and so on. And you'll gain points. And you can give those points back to do special things, like repair kit, for example, plus 3 hull to the ship. That might take 3 science to do. Or stimulants, prevent any stasis effect on the room that is damaged. That's 4 science. So you can spend points to do special things, is what it comes down to. And you're going to be rinsing and repeating that process until you either reach Mars, or your ship blows up, or all your crew members die. Like I said at the beginning of this review, this is a very frustrating game to play, very RNG heavy. You could be, for the first 4 or 5 weeks, just coasting it, repairing every single damage, nothing bad happening. You typically repair things with 2 or 3 crew members. Your remaining crew member, you assign wherever you feel like it, maybe the greenhouse, and get more food. That way their dice pools are nice and large for the next round. You're doing fine. And then all of a sudden, bam, around week 5, a damaged system comes up, a room, and it'll have like 3 orange 6s on it. At that point, if you bring a crew member there and you happen to roll a 6, with 3 orange 6s, that's 3 damage. And let's say that you have no assists left, okay? And you roll 3 6s. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 damage is enough to instantly kill someone. It's possible for that to happen. In fact, it did happen to me in the testing of this particular playthrough. So, I lost 2 crew members that way. They were at full health. Their stress was low. They had a full dice pool, but I was unfortunately out of assists. I rolled very poorly. I had like 1 assist left, and I rolled like 3 6s, and I had 3. There were 3 orange 6s on that location. I had 1 assist left. 1 of the 6s got negated from the assist, but the other 2 kicked in. That was 4 health, and I instantly died because I had like 3 health left on that character. I tried to bring someone else to that location. They were at full health. I rolled 3 6s. Bam, they're dead. It's possible for that to happen. So I just want to warn you folks that if you hate dice rolling games with a lot of random number generating or RNG, and you typically get frustrated or angry or you rage quit on situations like this, then this game may not be for you. Because even on the easy difficulty mode, the game is scaled in such a way that no matter how you plan, no matter how well you strategize, no matter, I'm going to bring this crew member here, and I'm going to fix this because they've got a larger dice, so I'm going to bring this guy over here, and then I'm going to bring this lady over here, and you're planning all this out. No matter how well you do that, this game will kick you in the teeth on a regular basis. So it's like, you have to go into this game with the understanding that it's going to kick your butt on occasion, despite your best intentions, and you just have to accept that. If you don't mind that, then yes, I totally recommend the game. The game is roughly 5 years old at this point, so it's probably going to be on sale on a regular basis on various Steam sales. Even if it's not, though, still I think $15 is a good price for what you're getting here. That being said, if you can grab it on a sale, all the better. If you guys haven't already subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube, that way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.